We will start with our today's session. Yesterday we looked into few of arithmetic instructions. We looked into multiply, divide, and DAA, decimal adjust accumulator. Points to remember regarding multiply, divide. These are the longest time taken instruction for execution. Multiply and divide require 4 machine cycles to execute. And always the two numbers that you're going to operate should be in accumulator and B register. Okay, so multiply was unsigned 8-bit multiplication, A into B. The answer can be 16-bit, lower answer in A register, higher answer in B register. Only two flags affected, auxiliary carry, carry. Carry is always cleared, whereas auxiliary carry is 0 if your result is only 8-bit, and auxiliary carry is 1 if your result is greater than 8-bit. Right? This is done so that the programmer can understand whether only A register is to be read or A as well as B register is to be read. Right? Division, A divided by B, two flags affected, overflow and carry. On division, quotient will be in accumulator, remainder will be in B register. Two flags affected, overflow and carry. Overflow and carry are cleared, whereas if we do divide by 0, then the overflow flag will be set. Okay. Then we looked into DAA, decimal adjust accumulator. This is used only after ADD instruction and when we are performing BCD arithmetic. BCD, binary coded decimal. So a programmer is entering the numbers in BCD and it expects after addition the result should also be in BCD. But microcontroller will perform the arithmetic in binary. Right? So the binary invalid number will be converted into a valid BCD number. Sorry, a valid BCD number with the help of DAA instruction. And how it converts into a valid BCD? By adding 6 if these two conditions, any one of the condition or both the conditions are satisfied. So this is done automatically by microcontroller. Programmer need not do anything. Programmer should only write the instruction DAA, decimal adjust accumulator. Okay, so we saw an example. If two numbers 7, 9 is added with 3, 8, how does microcontroller do the addition? It gives the answer B1, but B1 is an invalid BCD number. Then how DAA instruction corrects it, makes it valid? Okay, checking the condition of auxiliary carry, checking the condition is sum greater than 9 and performing addition of 6, which in turn gives a valid BCD number. Okay, so we saw DAA. So those were arithmetic instructions, students. ADD, ADDC, SUBB, subtract with borrow. Then you had increment, 8-bit, 16-bit, 8-bit increment as well as 16-bit increment. Decrement, it's only 8-bit decrement. Okay, and then there were multiply, divide, DAA. Now we will go for logic instructions. Right? Logic instructions, we will be doing ANDing, ANL, ORing, ORL, XORing, XRL, CLR for clear, CPL for complement, R for rotate, rotate, L is for left, rotate left. Next, rotate left with carry. Rotate right, that is definitely without carry. So rotate right. And the next is RRC, rotate right with carry. And swapping, right? It's same like exchanging. So we have swap under logical instructions. Right? So we will see ANDing instruction, right? ANDing, ANL is ANDing. How is the format of instruction? ANL, mention the destination, comma, source. Right? So destination data is ANDed with source and the result is stored back in destination. Right? What variety of destination can I have? Destination can be accumulator as well as memory. See here. In my arithmetic instructions, the destination and one of the operand was always accumulator. We cannot perform any arithmetic operation with memory and store back in memory. Remember these, students, right? Arithmetic, ADD, ADDC and subtract. is always performed with accumulator and the result is back in accumulator. Correct? We cannot store the result via instruction in the memory. Whereas ANDing logical instructions, the destination is accumulator as well as the destination can be a direct memory address. So there are 4 addressing modes: immediate, register, direct, indirect. Whereas 2 additional instructions we have where the ANDing is done with respect to memory and stored back in memory. Okay, so there are 6 variety of logical instructions for ANDing. Okay, so the same is written here. See, ANL A comma hash data in the instruction itself, ANDed with accumulator, and the result is stored back in accumulator, immediate addressing mode. ANL A comma RN, data is in register RN, ANDed with accumulator data, result stored back in accumulator. The second 2 instructions, the data is in memory, so the direct address data ANDed with accumulator, stored back in accumulator. ANL A comma @RI, data pointed by RI, ANDed with accumulator, stored back in accumulator. And see, these are the 2 additional instructions we have. ANL direct comma hash data. So the data is in the instruction, ANDed with the data of direct memory, and the result is stored back in the direct memory. Okay. And the last one, ANL direct comma A, data from accumulator, ANDed with the data from the direct memory, and the result is stored back in direct memory. So direct indicates you should be giving an 8-bit address of internal RAM or 8-bit address of special function register. Right? Special function registers are port 0, port 1, all the ports, registers related to serial communication, timers, right? So all those. So you need to mention address. Now see, ANDing, none of the flags. In fact, logic instructions do not affect the flags. Students, decrement, increment, decrement also do not affect the flags. Who affects the flag? ADD, ADDC, and SUBB. Okay, so even logical instructions do not affect the flag. The flags are affected only if the special function register is the flag itself, which is our flag register PSW. So see, in the last 2 instructions, ANL direct comma hash data, ANL direct comma accumulator, this direct can be the address of SFR also. And if this SFR is flag register PSW, then and then only the flags will be affected. So ANDing is one of the way we can change the flags manually. Okay, students, right? So, or otherwise, if accumulator is the destination, the flags will not be affected. If the memory address is the destination, flags will not be affected. Right? Keep in mind. So now we'll see 2 or 3 examples. So we will consider ANL A comma hash data. Example is ANL A comma hash 15. See, again, I have not written 0x15. Mean I didn't mention that's an hexadecimal number. I have only written hash 15. Mean microcontroller assumes this as a decimal number 15, and while operating will convert it into hex. 15 in decimal is F in hex. So microcontroller will convert this 15 into 0x0f. F is 15. Okay. So ANL A comma hash 15. This 15 mean F is ANDed. See, that's the symbol used for ANDing. F is ANDed with accumulator and the result is stored back in accumulator. It is a 2-byte instruction, 1 machine cycle. Okay. An example is given. So let us assume accumulator had data 56 hex and the second data we are giving in the instruction itself 15, that is 0f. So 0f is given in the instruction and 56 is already in accumulator. So when the ANDing execution happens, see in between execution what happens? 56 hex is ANDed with 0f hex and the result is stored in accumulator. What is the result? 06. So we will see how did we get this. Look into that square box, black square box. The data in accumulator is 5, 6 hex. So we are writing it in binary 5, 0, 1, 0, 1 and 6, 0, 1, 1, 0. And it is ended with what? 15. 15 is F hex. So 0F, 0, 0, 0, 0 and F, 1, 1, 1, 1. So data from accumulator is ANDed. And if you remember the ANDing truth table, any number ANDed with 0, the answer is 0. ANDing is like a multiplication. So anything multiplied by 0 is 0. Correct? And if you AND anything with 1, the answer is anything. Right? Mean if you AND bit by 1, the answer is bit. And if you AND bit by 0, the answer is 0. So let us see here. 0 and 1, 0. 1 and 1, 1. 1 and 1, 1. 0 and 1, 0. 1 and 0, 0. 0, 0 and 0, 0. 1 and 0, 0. 0 and 0, 0. So that's the answer 0, 6. So the accumulator you will find 0, 6. So now what should you remember? See, if any bit is ANDed with 0, the output is 0. And if the bit is ANDed with 1, I get the bit as it is. Correct? See here in the last, in our example, 5, 5, 0, 1, 0, 1 was ANDed with 4 zeros. So what was the output? All 4 zeros. But then 6 was ANDed with all ones. 1, 1, 1, 1. That was F. So 6 ANDed with all ones. I got the answer 6 as it is. So what is it telling? Any number AND with 0, the output will be 0. And any number AND with 1, the output will be that number. So then what's the purpose of ANDing? Why do we use ANDing? ANDing is used to clear the bit. Students, if I do not want any bit, then I will do AND it with zeros. If you AND it with zeros, the bit is gone. Right? You get zeros in the answer. Correct? And if you want the bit as it is to be passed at the output, AND it with all ones. So that's the purpose of ANDing. Okay. Why was this instruction introduced? ANDing is majority used to clear the bit. Okay, students. Now see, one of the example I will tell you, when we press the keyboard key, right? Suppose I press 6, keyboard, our regular keyboard, if I press the key 6, internally a code is generated, and that is the ASCII code. That ASCII code is generated, and that is taken in by the processors. So when I press 6, internally I will be getting 36. 36 is an ASCII code, hexadecimal ASCII code for digit 6. Now when I want to operate on that, whatever key is pressed, I should take it in, the microcontroller should take it in. What did microcontroller receive? 36. I don't want that digit 3. While processing, I only want that digit 6. So that 3 should be gone. 36 should become 06. Correct? So that's where I need to clear the upper digit. So 36 should become 06. How do I do that? I AND 36 with 0F. So that 3 digit is gone. Only 6 remains. Are you getting me, students? That's how you use ANDing. Right? So ANDing is used to clear the bit. And none of the flags are affected. Okay, flags do not get affected. So that was immediate addressing mode, ANL A, hash data. Right? Accumulator is the destination. Next, ANL A, direct. Right? So one of the operand is in accumulator and the second operand is in memory, and mention the address of that memory in the instruction. Okay, students. So the example written is ANL A, E0 hex. Now something should click to you. What is E0? Is E0 an internal RAM address, or is E0 an SFR address? Okay. If it is an internal RAM address, the address should be between 00 to 7F. This is beyond 7F. It means you should understand whatever address is written here is of a special function register. E0 is an address of special function register. And do you all remember whose address is that? E0 address is of which SFR, students? Whatever instruction we are seeing, ANL A, E0 hex, E0 is not a memory address because it is beyond 7F. So which address is this? Okay, E0 is an address of accumulator. Okay, so whenever you look at the instruction or whenever you see an instruction, first identify whether the address is internal RAM or whether the address is of a special function register. In our example, ANL A, E0 hex, E0 is an address of accumulator. Mean what am I doing? I am ANDing accumulator with accumulator itself. Are you getting me? The way I have given an example, what am I doing? Accumulator data, see here, accumulator data is ANDed with E0 hex data. And what is E0? Accumulator itself. So accumulator is ANDed with accumulator and the result is stored back in accumulator. Okay, purposefully I have taken such example. Okay, so it is a 2-byte 1 machine cycle instruction. Right, accumulator is involved in the instruction 1 machine cycle always. So before execution, accumulator had 56. The data in accumulator was 56. It means what will be the data in E0 hex? It's also 56 because that's the address of accumulator. So what am I doing? I'm ANDing 56 is ANDed with 56. What will be the answer? 56 ANDed with 56 is 56 itself. Okay, so let us see that example. Look into that square box. Accumulator is having 56 hex. So 0101. So accumulator is 56, 0101 and 01105. You are ANDing with 56 again. So 0 and 0 is 0. 1 and 1, 1. 1 and 1, 1. 0 and 0, 0. 1 and 1, 1. 0 and 0, 0. 1 and 1. So when you AND the number with itself, you get the number same as it is. Okay, students. Right? Then why did we write such instruction? If nothing is going to happen, why are we writing such instruction? We write such an instruction so that microcontroller will just spend 12 clock pulses to execute this instruction, whereas there will be no changes in the register, no changes in the flag. We will just spend microcontroller's time. And that is one of the way to create delay. Are you understanding? Just spend 12 clock pulses. It means suppose you have connected 12 megahertz, microcontroller will spend 1 microsecond time and do nothing. Do nothing mean it will AND actually, but flags will not be affected. Accumulator data will not be affected. Nothing will happen. But 1 microsecond is spent. So that is one of the way to create delays. You all might have written delay programs like putting some count in the register, decrementing it till it becomes 0, right? But as such, nothing happens. So decrementing, the time is gone. So you can put this instruction also in between, ANL A, A itself. So microcontroller will do nothing, but 1 microsecond is gone. Such 1 microsecond, you keep it 1000 times, 1 millisecond is gone. So this is one of the use. ANDing data with itself will create a delay. So this instruction can be used to create a delay. Hope you are getting me. So earlier, remember, ANDing is used to clear the bit, and when you AND the number itself, nothing happens. Use it as a delay instruction. Okay. So let us see another example. Now we will see ANL direct comma A. In the earlier two examples, accumulator was the destination. Okay, accumulator was the destination, and now memory is the destination. Your data is in memory as well as the memory is the destination. ANL direct comma A, example, ANL 40 hex comma A. Okay, now see here 40 hex. 40 hex is nothing but RAM, internal RAM memory. Right? Earlier example was SFR address because it is beyond 7F. Now this is inside 7F, mean it is RAM memory, internal RAM memory. Okay, and also remember, all arithmetic and logic instructions operate on internal data. If it's an external data, from external data, bring it in some register or bring inside some internal memory and then do arithmetic and logic operation. None of the arithmetic and logic operation directly operate on external data or code data. Okay? So ANL 40hex comma A, data from accumulator is ANDed with the data available at 40 hex memory location, and the result is stored back in 40 hex memory location. So I'm assuming memory location 40 hex, the data stored is 0E. 14, 0E. Accumulator is having 56. So what is the execution? Accumulator data 56 is ANDed with the data of the memory, that is E. What's the answer? 06. So again, just take a quick look in that square box. Accumulator is 56. At this memory address 40 hex, the data is 0E. E is 111014. Do the ANDing. 00, 111, 111, 0 ANDed, 0. These are all 4 zeros, mean the answer will be 4 zeros. So the answer is 06. Okay, students. So where will you get this answer? I will get this answer in the memory location. So after execution, I should go to that 40 hex to read the answer. Okay, so here your destination is a direct memory address. Okay, students. So this was ANDing. Now, whenever you deal with ports, right? Port is also a special function register, P0, P1, P2, P3. So this is specifically related to ports. Whenever, see, I told you all, what can be this direct? This direct can be internal RAM address or it can be address of special function register. Okay. Now, special function register, you have two options. Whenever you use special function register, use by their name or use by their address. Okay. Hope you all are getting me, students. Whenever I say direct, either it can be memory address, internal memory address, or SFR address. And for SFRs, we have an option, either refer them by their name or refer them by their address. So ANL P0, A is an example of ANL direct, A. Okay, so how is this going to work? Data from accumulator is ANDed with the data from port 0 and the result is stored back on port 0. Okay, so one of the data is an accumulator. Second data, we will take it from the port 0, do the ANDing, and we will send the output back on port 0. Okay, so what are we doing? Data from port 0 is read because we want to do ANDing, right? So P0 data is read, ANDed with accumulator, and the result is returned back or sent back on port 0. It means with related to port 0, what operations are we doing? We are reading from the port, we are modifying that port data, and we are writing the result back on the port. So what operation is happening with the port? The port is getting read, modify, write. right? Port 0 is read, is modified and written back. In such a condition, when we read such a read, modify, write port, the reading is from the latch. Okay, we will see more, we have a explanation, better explanation ahead also, but for the time being, hope you understand. When read, modify, write operation happens from the port, the data is taken from the latch. Okay, and say second example, ANL A comma P0. It means data is taken from port 0, ANDed with accumulator, and the result is stored back in accumulator. Again I repeat, ANL A comma P0, data is read from port 0, ANDed with accumulator, stored back in accumulator. So what do we do with port? What operation did we do? Port data is only read, is ANDed, and the result is stored back in accumulator. So what operation we performed with port 0? Only the read operation. Now the data is taken from the pin. Okay, students. Whenever port is read, modified and written back, data is taken from the latch. And when there is only read operation from the port, the data is taken from the pin. Now let us make it more clear. See, we had seen this is your port pin. It can be P0.0, 0.1, anything. This is one pin of the port. And see the dash line to the left hand side. This is the internal diagram, port diagram. Okay, so this is where is the pin, 40 pin we say. The programmer will or the user will give some logic 1, logic 0 on the pin. Whereas this is the internal structure. And see here, every pin has a latch. Every port has a buffer, driver. Okay, so that's the driver circuit and this is the D latch. Right. So whenever microcontroller puts something on the bus, data bus, it goes to the latch and from the latch it goes to the pin. Right. So writing happens on the latch and then it goes to the pin. And while reading, from reading, there are two options. Either you can read the latch or you can read the pin. Are you getting me? See, latch is going back to the data bus. So you have two options while reading. Either read the pin, mean which the user has put logic 1, logic 0 externally, or read the internal latch. Okay. So when I say P0 is read, modified and written back, at that time latch is read. So from this latch, the data is taken in, modified and written on the latch back. And then it is forwarded to the pin. Okay. And the second operation, if only the port is read, then pin data is taken. This pin data is taken by the microcontroller, modified and placed inside the accumulator. So there are always, remember, two options. Either read the latch and read the pin. And these data can be different. Pin data can be different. Latch data can be different. Latch data is the last written operation. Okay. Latch data will be whatever programmer has written on the port is the latch data. And pin data is whatever user has put on the pin. Logic 0, logic 1. So there you should be careful. Other SFRs, it is not a problem. But when you are dealing with port, whether the pin data is read or the latch data is read, you should be clarified. It should be clarified. Explain again. Okay. See here, students. What are we doing this? This is an example of ANL direct, comma, accumulator. So this is an example we are looking. Okay, we are looking into ANL direct, comma, A. So we are looking this example, ANL direct comma A. That's the same example we saw before, ANL direct comma A, where the example was with memory 40 hex. Now we are looking into this direct can be a special function register address. Okay, this direct can be a special function register. And special function register, we have two options. Write the address of that register or write the name. Now we are dealing with the special function register port 0. And this read modify write is only applicable for the port SFRs. Okay, so the example is ANL P0, A. So how is the ANDing operation? See here. Accumulator data will be ANDed with P0 data, correct? And whatever is the result will be stored back in P0. So this instruction, what it is going to do? Take the data from port 0, AND it with accumulator and put it back on port 0. Mean what are we doing? We are reading from port 0. We are modifying that data, mean ANDing it, and we are writing back on port 0. So what operation is happening with port 0? Port 0 is getting read. That read data is getting modified and it is getting written back on the port. So what operation is happening with respect to port? Read, modify, write. In that case, the latch data is taken by the microcontroller. Where is the latch? This is latch which is internally present. Right? So this D latch data from this output queue, that data will be taken in by the microcontroller, that is reading, ANDing and written back on the latch. Okay. Whereas in the second case, ANL A, P0, what is it going to happen? Data from P0 ANDed with accumulator and the result is placed back in accumulator. Mean what operation happened with port 0? Only reading operation. It's only read. So in that case, what happens? The pin data is taken. Mean that the data from that 40 pin, this pin data is taken by the microcontroller, modified and written inside accumulator. Correct? Now pin data is the whatever the user has entered. Suppose you are the user, correct? I am the programmer, right? So whatever user data has been given on the pin, that's called the pin data. And as a programmer, whatever I have sent out on the port, that is the latch data. And these two data can be different. Hope this is clear. So let us go to the next. ORing, right? The logical instruction OR. The way the ANDing instruction is same format for OR and XOR, right? So we will quickly take a look on this. So ORing is again of the same format. ORL is a mnemonic, destination comma source. Data from destination ORed with source and the result is stored back in destination. Or truth table, if you remember, anything OR with 1, the output is 1. Anything OR with 0, output is anything. Remember this. So what are the formats? The 4 formats where accumulator is the destination. So one number should be in accumulator, other number give in the instruction, or let the other number in register RN, or let the numbers be in memory, direct address, indirect address. So the first 4 examples are accumulator is the destination, and the last 2 examples are memory is the destination, direct memory is the destination. Right? So same format as ANDing. ORL A, hash data, ORL A, RN. RN can be R0 to R7 as well as B register. Remember, student. ORL A, direct, that's the address, memory address. Data from this memory address ORed with accumulator, stored back in accumulator. ORL A, @RI. ORL direct, hash data. The data in the instruction ORed with the data from this memory address and stored back in the same memory address mentioned in the instruction. And ORL direct, A. no flags affected. And if the direct address is of PSW register, only then the flags will be affected. Okay, let us see one of the example, one or two examples. One example. So example taken is, see the last one, right? ORL direct comma A. So that is written ORL 40 hex comma A, 2 byte 1 machine cycle. 40 is internal RAM address. So ORing, see the straight line, that's the symbol for ORing. Data from accumulator is ORed with the data from 40 hex memory location, and the result is stored back in 40 hex memory location. Look the example below. Suppose 40 hex, the data was E0E hex. At this address, E was the data, and in accumulator 56 hex was the data. So the ORing will be 56 hex ORed with E hex. Answer is 57. Let us see. See that black square box. Accumulator is having 560101 and 0110. And the memory location, 40 hex memory location, the data is 0E. 0E म्हणजे 14. 1111. So ORing 0 or 0, 0. 1 or 1, 1. 1 or 1, 1. 0 or 1, 1. So the point was anything OR with 1 is 1. 1 or 0, 1. 0 or 0, 0. 1 or 0, 1. 0 or 0, 0. So see, what was the answer? 5. The answer is 5E hex. Okay, so if you just take a look, if anything OR with 1, let's see here, 111, ORing with 111, the answer is 111. And if you OR with 0, you get the number as it is. Okay, so the bit, any bit OR with 0, you get the bit as it is at the output. But if the bit is ORed with 1, you get 1. Bit can be anything. Let it be 0, let it be 1, anything. Any bit OR with 1, output is 1. And bit OR with 0, you get the number or the bit as it is. So ORing, why it is used? ORing is used to set the bit. Any bit, if you want to make it 1, OR it with 1. Output will be 1. So ANDing is used to clear the bits. ORing is used to set the bits. And the last one is XORing. Right? Now, XORing format is the same. XRL destination comma source. Destination XORed with source, and the result is stored back in destination. And there are 6 options to write the instruction. XRL A comma hash data. The data in the instruction XORed with accumulator, result is stored back in accumulator. Right? Now, XORing. Do you remember the truth table of XOR? If the numbers are same, 0 XOR with 0, output is 0. 1 XOR with 1, output is 0. So if the same numbers are XORed, right? I'm talking about 2 bits, huh? 3 bits, the logic is different. So two bits, if the 2 bits are same, XORing of 2 similar bits, the output is 0. XORing of 2 different bits, the output is 1. Mean 1 XOR 0, output is 1. 0 XOR 1, the output is 1. Remember this. So XRL A comma RN, the destination is accumulator in the first 4 cases, XRL A comma direct, and so on. Let us see one example. So the last one, XRL direct comma A. Instruction is XRL 40 hex, that's an address, comma A. That's the symbol used for XOR. V and a dash. So data from accumulator is XORed with data at 40 hex memory address, and the result is stored back at the same memory address. 2 byte 1 machine cycle. So see the execution. 40 hex is the data, 0E, and accumulator the data is 56 hex. So 56 hex is XORed with 0E. So let us see the XORing. Look at the box example. Accumulator is 56010116. 40 hex memory address. The data is 0E. And you are XORing. Similar bits, output is XORing is 0. 1 XOR 1, 0. 1 XOR 1, 0. 0 XOR 1, different bits XORed, output is 1. 1 XOR 0, 1. 0 XOR 0, 0. 1 XOR 0, 1. 0 XOR 0, 0. So similar bits XORing, the output is 0. So the answer is 58 hex. So XORing 56 with E, the answer is 58 hex. And where will you get the answer? In the memory location. 40 hex memory location, the result will be stored. Now, why do you use XORing? XORing is used to complement the bit. See your students, right? If the bit is XORed with 0, you get the bit as it is. But if you XOR the bit by 1, output is bit bar. Right? I just look at the example. See the triple ones. So E is 1110. So look at that 111. 111 is XOR with 011. See the output, exactly opposite, 100. So remember this, XORing. If you XOR the number by 1, you will get complement of that number. And if you XOR the number by 0, you get the number as it is. Okay, so thank you and bye. See you in the next session.